So what is your name?
Javier.
Javier? And Javier, why is your group out here today?
We're here because we're trying to send a message out to Ted Cruz. I want to tell him that we are in support of DACA, of deferred action, and we want to be able to expand it to eventually include our families, like our parents.
Okay. And how far do you think that should be expanded? Should we just allow anyone that wants to come into the country to come, or should there be border security? What do you think?
I mean, as of now, we just want to go just have it hear our message. We want to like explain DACA more to be more inclusive to our family. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, if DACA was set up because the children that were brought here through no fault of their own, but the parents knowingly crossed the border illegally, so why should they be included in this?
I believe that it's a thing of like most parents come here because they are looking for like a better future, because of opportunities in their own home country just don't work in their favor.
Okay, but that doesn't answer my question. You know, if the parents knowingly came here illegal, why should they be included in deferred action?
Looking at facts, because undocumented individuals also contribute to society, because we also do stuff like pay taxes and stuff like that.
How long have you been here?
I've been here, gosh, about 15 years by now.
15, and how old are you now?
I'm 22.
22? So you came here at 7, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, thank you.
No problem.
Cesar, what's your group's purpose to be out here today?
Today we have a meeting with Senator Cruz's staff, and we're here to talk about basically the facts about immigration, and they basically explain that immigrants are here to contribute, not to take away, and things of that nature. There's a lot of people calling for the deportation of immigrants, and we're here to basically say that we're here to contribute and to make the U.S. better than what it is today, with our working hands, with a lot of the things that we're doing.
Okay. What do you think the policy should be on securing the border for people that are crossing illegally?
Any nation should have a secure border, but it doesn't mean that you should shut off the border. If anything, we should fix our broken immigration system to allow people that to migrate. We see that a lot of people are migrating because there's a need for them to work in the fields and in things like that. So it's very hypocritical to have it both ways, to say we don't want people migrating, but at the same time using them for cheap labor. So we understand that there needs to be a border, some sort of border policy, but at the same time, there needs to be more pathways so people can come and work.
Okay. When I was speaking with one of the other gentlemen, he said that it should be that DACA should be expanded to include parents. Now, my understanding is that DACA was created because basically the children were brought here through no fault of their own, but the parents obviously made a choice in coming into the country in violation of the law. Why should DACA be expanded to include parents? Is that what your goal is, or was that just his opinion?
It's one of the goals that we're trying to push for, and the reason for that is because these people have already been working here. They have been contributing in taxes, in a surplus of taxes that they have contributed to the country, and so it makes more sense for us to see who's here, to give them an opportunity to work in what they're already working, because they're already doing those jobs, and to continue to contribute and to come out of the shadows, and so that at least we know who's here and who is here to do good and who is here to do harm, and we can kind of sort people out in that way, which is one of the purposes to passing full comprehensive immigration reform.
Now, as for the current surge of people that are crossing from Central America, what do you think should be done with them? They haven't been here, obviously, and contributing. Should they be turned back around to their country of origin?
For the children, we see that this is a humanitarian crisis. Children are not coming to receive benefits or anything like that. They're coming with the sole purpose of running away from something in their home country. So by the same token, if the U.S. goes to other countries and provides humanitarian relief, why can't we do that in our own soil and provide humanitarian relief for these children who are fleeing something from their home country? A study by the United Nations concluded that 78% of the children are either fleeing from physical violence or sexual violence in their home country. So we have to figure out, but this is not a US only issue. We have to work with the governments in other countries, and we ourselves have to work with our own governments in our own home countries so that people don't have to be forced to migrate. People don't just make a decision to wake up one day and move to a different place. It's led by through a series of things and events that happen in their life that makes them migrate.
Okay. What do you hope to accomplish in your meeting with Senator Cruz's staff today?
Just to talk to him, to let them know who immigrants really are, and to once again bring to the attention that he in fact is an immigrant, and so he should be doing more to figure out immigration, not just say we should deport everybody and we should treat all immigrants the same because he himself is an immigrant as well.
Senator Cruz has never said that we should deport everyone, has he?
He has said that he wants to deport people, that he doesn't want to allow a path to citizenship. The Republican Party has said that they don't want a pathway to citizenship for people, so that's why we're here today, to make that clear that we do want this to happen.
Hey, Derek, you're out here supporting Ted Cruz today as opposed to the people across the street who are protesting Senator Cruz.
That is correct. We're supporting Ted Cruz's stance on immigration and the border today.
Okay, and why did you choose to come out in this 90-some-odd degree weather to stand for Cruz?
Oh, the sacrifices people make for this country, coming out here and standing in the heat is the least I can do to just show the numbers, show that we're here. You know, obviously we have a stance, a position across the street that is saying that we should open up our borders and let anybody come into this country under any circumstance. But we're here to say we don't believe in that racist policy. We don't think just because you come from a certain country or because you have a certain skin color, you should be put at the front of the line. We believe in our legal immigration system and enforcing the laws to bring people here that we choose will flourish here and that will help our country.
Now currently there's a big crisis on the border with a surge of illegal immigrants coming from Central America. What do you think should be done with the people that are crossing over down there?
We can't even begin this conversation until our border is secure. Until we have a fence, drones, people on the ground, like every other country in this world, knowing who is coming across our border, on the ground, above the ground, and under the ground, we can't begin that conversation. Once we have the accomplished border secured, we can then begin the conversation moving forward about how we're not going to have these problems. I kind of feel like our country is like a parent who let their kid play with matches in the backyard. We let these things happen and now we feel like we have no responsibility for it. Well, we do. We have to deal with the situation and we can't even start until we secure our border. That's step one. We shouldn't continue the conversation until we accomplish step one.
And what does a secure border mean?
A secure border to me is you can't walk across. I'm sure you saw the recent video of the gentleman who dressed up like Osama bin Laden is just running across the river. We can't allow that to happen. Like any other country in this world, if you cross our borders, we should be able to say, oh look, here's somebody, come in, come here, give us your name, give us your fingerprints, let us document who you are, and if we feel like you have a reason to be here, come on in. If there's any spot across the southern border where that can't happen, that's where we should focus. We go to the moon and back. We're talking about, we send drones to Mars. We can build a fence. We can use drones and sensors to know when people are coming across, whether it's water, land, under, or over. There's no excuse.
What do you think of the current deployment of DPS troopers and the National Guard to the border?
It's sad that it had to happen the way it did. I'm glad it did happen the way it did. Rick Perry did the right thing. Where our president wouldn't do it, he did it. And we feel a little more safe. But to be honest, it's just a stunt to get attention to why it's necessary. These guys, as much as they're going to do a better job than what we have now, but they can't secure the whole border. It's the attention that a state governor having to do this instead of the president brings to the issue that I'm proud of.
Hey, thank you for your time.
My pleasure, sir.